WYLN Studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Friday, November 6, 2015. I'm Ann Gownley. James Roach has been found guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder in the shooting death of a father and son in Hunlock Creek. During closing arguments today, the defense told jurors that the shootings were in self-defense, while the prosecution called him a murderer. Roach's girlfriend was convicted back in September of first-degree murder in that same case. Firefighters from 2 counties battled a working house fire in Ashland around 1 o'clock this afternoon that has displaced at least 9 people. These photos came into our newsroom from a viewer. You can see smoke and fire coming from the row homes in the 1000 block of Walnut Street in Ashland. Ashland fire crews called in those from Frackville, Mahanoy City, Pottsville, and Northumberland County to help bring the flames under control. The American Red Cross was called in to assist the 3 families, a total of 9 people at the fire scene in Ashland. The Red Cross says that number may rise as they continue to evaluate the number of people impacted by this fire. We are still awaiting to hear what caused that fire today in Ashland. Thursday night, around 80 residents of Banks Township and Hazel Township got an update on the mine fire that's burning in Carbon County. Luzerne County line from the DEP officials. WYLN's Gary Perna has more.
2 years. That is when DEP says the mine fire burning in Jeansville should be out. But some residents say that time frame is too long. DEP spokeswoman Colleen Conley said this is not something that could be fixed overnight.
It's not something that will be fixed overnight. It's going to take some time. Our anticipation is about 2 years, but the methodical work involved, the planning that went into this, we believe is sufficient to adequately address the fire and minimize the impact to residents.
DEP officials showed this video of the fire in the daytime, then what it looks like at night. They reminded everyone again that they should not be on the property because in the daylight you cannot see anything burning and you could be standing right on the fire. State Senator Johnny Dechek said he feels confident that this plan of attack will work.
I'm very pleased that DEP has put together a solid plan after doing a thorough assessment. I'm pleased to hear that the fire is contained to 1 seam of coal. There are 3 seams of coal in the area. It's confined to 1 seam. They'll be building 2 trenches to make sure it does not progress toward the populated areas of Tresckow. Very pleased to hear that. They have a good, solid plan that will be released shortly in terms of how much money will have to be invested. The funds are secured. We do not have to secure the funds. The funds are in place. They will go out to bid shortly here. A contractor will be hired, and this fire will be extinguished over the next 12 to 24 months.
Udechek said all the money is coming from the federal government, so no money is being tied up in the budget impasse in Harrisburg.
The budget impasse has no impact. These are federal grant funds used from a tax, a fee on coal companies throughout the United States. The federal government provides this to DEP. DEP draws down on those funds. Those funds are in place regardless of the budget impasse. They can be used and will be used. And the project, by November 23rd, that bid will be awarded and the project will begin.
Banks Township Supervisor Joe Clark commends the residents in the area for dealing with the smell and all the problems and hopes that DEP can put the fire out within the 2 years.
And the people have been really patient. At times it has been terrible. But again, they've been working at this now since March with the hope, and they do have other contingencies where they're going to try to smother the smell. So, I mean, they've done everything we've asked. The monitoring is going on at different times of the day. They're here on Sundays. And I feel badly for the people who live close because they're suffering from it. But, I mean, this thing should have been attacked sooner, but you can't cry over spilled milk. We're doing the best we can. They're doing the best they can. Senator Dechek's right on top of it. Representative Heffley here. I mean, you can't ask for anything more from them.
DEP said there will be more meetings when needed to update the residents on the work as they continue to put the fire out in Jeansville.
Wilkes-Barre City Council said no to a sewer authority for now. Council voted for its creation and the appointment to its board of 5 members picked by outgoing Mayor Tom Layton. But Councilman and Mayor-elect Tony George argued incoming council members Tony Brooks, Beth Gilbert, and Mike Belusco should have a say in that matter. The proposed authority would have levied fees on sewer flow passing through the city from neighboring municipalities, Wilkes-Barre Township, Plains Township, Hanover Township, and Laurel Run. Officials in those municipalities have been critical of the city's attempt to create an authority. The Mid-State police officer accused of murder in the death of a Hazleton native was acquitted. Hummelstown officer Lisa Merkel was charged with third-degree murder, voluntary manslaughter, and involuntary manslaughter for shooting David Kasich in the back as he lied on the ground. A Dauphin County jury cleared her of all charges. The incident began when Merkel tried to pull Kasich over for an expired inspection sticker, and it escalated. With the state budget stalemate still going on in Harrisburg, counties across the state are drawing from other funds to keep human services going. County commissioners in Schuylkill County approved borrowing $168,000 to fund the Office of Senior Services through November. Today marks the 130th day without a budget. It is the second month in a row that the county has relied on the general fund to cover expenses for human service program. Last month, the county used $620,000 for children and youth and senior service operations. Most of the money went towards children and youth. This Wednesday is Veterans Day, and the city of Hazleton will be hosting a ceremony at City Hall beginning at 11 a.m. The Hazleton Fire Department and Hazleton VFW Post 76 will hold the observance at 11 a.m. on the steps of City Hall. Jerome Steiber, a warrant officer in the U.S. Army, will be the main speaker. Steiber served in the military since 1973. Local dignitaries have been invited to attend, including U.S. Representative Lou Barletta, State Representative Tara Toohill, Hazleton Fire Chief Donald Leschko, Mayor Joseph Yanuzzi, and members of Hazleton City Council. Well, it's time now for our first look at our forecast. Friday night football is upon us, and with cloudy skies earlier in the day, what can we expect before kickoff? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbachik's in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Well, there could be a couple of sprinkles, maybe a lone shower across our area as we head into the evening hours for those high school football games. But for the most part, it should stay on a mild side. You can see still a lot of clouds across our area. Some of those showers out toward the west, they started to diminish as they made their way toward the east. And most of our area just saw a couple of stray showers, very, very light. In fact, the majority of the area just saw some sprinkles, almost like a little bit of some drizzle out there. And again, that's in store for our area as we head into this evening. But you tell you what, temperature-wise, 60s and 70s this time of year, we're not going to complain. In fact, we're not going to complain about where temperatures are right now. They still are in the mid to upper 60s to near 70 degrees. A complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, details on how you can help out local soldiers overseas during the holiday season. Plus, a look at how a local car dealership is helping out the Hazleton Animal Shelter. That and much more coming up here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbachik, sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
There is something new to look for at your local SureSave supermarket. And quite frankly, when it comes to quality and price for your food, it's the best yet. The best yet means hundreds of items packaged at the peak of perfection and priced for the family budget. Look for the best yet label at your locally owned SureSave supermarket. When you see it, be assured of the great taste at a great price whenever you need it. From canned to fresh to frozen, for quality products at a better price, the best yet, now at your local SureSave supermarket.
It can happen over time or in a snap. If joint or muscle pain has taken you out of the game, we can identify the root cause of your problem and develop a sport-specific treatment plan to get you moving again. Over 400 medical experts strong, the region's only nationally ranked program. That's Orthopedics in Action at Lehigh Valley Health Network.
Special care packages for soldiers were brought to the Freeland American Legion Thursday night to be delivered to the men and women serving overseas during the holiday season. Our Julie Stefanovich has the story and details on how you can submit a loved one's name to the project.
Boxes upon boxes of items for soldiers serving abroad were hand-delivered to the Freeland American Legion Post 473 tonight. Donations were collected from individuals, businesses, and school groups throughout the Hazleton area to be sent to our brave men and women overseas. Many were on hand tonight, including Dominic Mussolini from Marion Catholic High School.
Edition Can Do is a very big part of the Student Action Committee of the year, so we worked hard collecting items, and tonight we came out to collect them all into one room and get them all together and get ready to ship out. So it makes you feel good about yourself to know that you worked with your counterparts to collect items as some part of bigger than yourself, to make other people feel good about themselves and know that the job that they're doing, that we really appreciate what they're doing.
Can Do has partnered with the Freeland American Legion since the beginning. We spoke with Commander Jerry Gaffney about their involvement.
And thank Can Do and the school, children and students, for all the great things that they're doing for our troops. It's nice to remember our troops. Letters back from some of them, and they're so thankful that they're remembered for what they're doing for our country. And especially the letters from the children. We get the middle schools and grade schools to send letters, and we put them in the care packages. And I'll tell you what, you get some of the boys, you know, they have tears. I know they have tears in their eyes with them letters, because I read some of the cards that they make, you know, and they're grateful.
The overall goal of Operation Can Do is to make the holidays a little bit brighter for our troops.
We had a record number of participation this year. We had about 12 schools throughout the area. We had different companies from Valmont and Humboldt that donated. And again, it really does your heart good to know that you're giving something to the troops that are giving so much for us. And it's a little bit of home for them that I know they appreciate deeply.
Family members and friends of soldiers serving abroad can still submit names and contact information to Can Do, care of Nancy Stasko at 1 South Church Street, 200 Renaissance Center in Hazleton. Or you can also email nstasko@hazletoncando.com or call them at 570-455-1508. In Freeland for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, a local and well-known business here in Hazleton opened another store, this time at the Laurel Mall. Stay tuned. More news is headed your way only on WYLN.
Hey neighbor, looking for a safe, reliable pre-owned vehicle at a great price? Now open Burger Advantage Pre-Owned, Route 93 near the Laurel Mall in Hazel Township. Over 150 local trades from our new 3 new car dealerships. 100-point inspection, free vehicle history report, 3-day money-back guarantee, lifetime PA state inspection, 5 years of oil changes, lifetime tire rotation. Plus, we'll make your first 2 payments up to $1,000 total. Burger Advantage Pre-Owned, just off exit 145 off ID1 near the Laurel Mall in Hazel Township.
Burger Family Dealerships, drive with experience.
Family owned and operated, the experienced professionals at Lehigh Tire have served the residents of the greater Hazleton area for over 55 years. From our full line of passenger, light truck, and commercial tires to our automotive services including tune-ups, inspections, oil changes, and alignments.
Every time I've ever done business here, they've been very polite, straightforward, and the job gets done quickly and right.
Find the right tire for the right price today at Lehigh Tire.
A nice night across our area, very mild temperatures. There's been a couple of stray showers across parts of the state of Pennsylvania. It's been relatively light, especially as they made their way to the east, because a lot of them just dissipated. So for the majority of our area, we just saw some sprinkles here and there, not a whole lot going on. Like I said, a little bit of a breeze now picking up outside, but still temperatures will stay mild as we head into this evening for those high school football games. Different story for this weekend. I'll explain in a little bit, but onto the graphic for today, and you'll be able to see for yourself that it was a very nice day across all of our viewing area. Now there's that boundary out to the west, which we always talk about those fronts, and as they come through, it's going to pave the way for some much cooler conditions as we head into this upcoming weekend, especially going into our Sunday. Live 35 Skycast Doppler, really nothing showing up across our area now. Even though you don't see anything across this entire region, doesn't necessarily mean it's not really doing anything. There are a couple of stray sprinkles here and there, but again, that's pretty much about it. Our live Lehigh Tire conditions outside our television station in Hazleton, we're at 65 degrees. And notice those winds coming in at about 8 to 10 miles per hour. Still 70 Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport. How about 75 degrees in Philly, 70 in Williamsport, and 66 in State College. Upper 60s to almost 70 degrees in the Wyoming Valley area. There you can see the showers out west as they made their way toward the east. They kind of started to break apart. So again, I really didn't experience anything significant across our area, just more clouds than anything. And as we go into our Saturday, hey, things not looking too bad. Clouds around, but other than that, cooler temperatures. And then by Sunday, it even gets much cooler. Notice these numbers tonight, staying on the mild side, generally 50s. Tomorrow, 50s for highs, so much cooler. Look at those numbers, 30s, as we go into our early Sunday morning. So again, the front passes, bringing in the cooler air, more seasonable temperatures across our area for our Saturday. Extended forecast looking like this. Eventually we get back up into the 50s, but before that, especially Sunday, we're only going to be in the 40s, and then we will be up into the 50s as we head into next week. Our daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers: the pick 216, the pick 3 867, and the pick 4 0427. The pick 5 numbers looking like this: 14078, and the treasure hunt numbers 316, 21, 27, and 28. Stick around. We'll have a whole heck of a lot more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. The topic is sleep, how to get a good night's of it, and if you don't, what it can do to your body. Dr. John and Dr. Stacy have some great tips, both in habits and some supplements that you could try that'll help you get a good night's rest. That's coming up this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
WYLN is proud to announce a huge technical upgrade to our channels that will bring a better digital picture and expanded coverage area to viewers all over northeastern and central Pennsylvania. In addition to Channel 35.1 in Hazleton, you can watch a crystal clear picture in Berwick and Columbia County on Channel 47.1 and in East Stroudsburg on Channel 24.1. And we're proud to announce Pennsylvania's newest TV station, Channel 9.1 in Williamsport, serving Lycoming, Montour, Northumberland, and Union counties. Now more than ever, WYLN is your local network.
The Laurel Mall welcomed its newest tenant today with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. Grand Central celebrated its grand opening and new location at the Laurel Mall. The business has been a staple in the community for over 40 years and is locally owned and operated. It has another location on 40 South Vine Street in Hazleton and is looking forward to serving customers at its new location.
Laurel Mall came after us and said, we have a great opportunity for you to come up to the Laurel Mall and show what you guys are about being in downtown Hazleton. Sometimes people forget about us a little bit, so we brought a sample of everything. People remember us as an appliance and TV store, but they forget that our furniture and mattresses are twice the size of our appliances and our TVs. So we thought it was a great example to come up here and show everything that we had.
They have products ranging from appliances, living room sets, televisions, and beds. Great customer service has been a key to Grand Central's longevity.
Our fair, honest prices and our advice. We know what we're talking about. This is what we breathe. We don't sell washers and screws. I mean, we live and breathe appliances and mattresses and furniture. We go to all the training seminars, and you could shop our prices, and we do the homework. We know where we're at.
You can visit Grand Central's new mall location Mondays through Saturdays from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on Sundays from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. The Hazleton Animal Shelter can now stock their shelves even more thanks to the generous donation from Fairway Chevrolet and Subaru of Hazel Township. Yesterday, the Hazleton Animal Shelter received $500 worth of animal food and supplies. WYLN spoke with the Director of Advertising and Marketing for Fairway, Richie Molinaro, about this donation.
We partner with the Greater Hazleton Animal Shelter on a regular basis, and this is in conjunction with Subaru's Loves Pets event and program, which they do across the country during October. So this was our donation, and as part of a Subaru retailer, we're part of that program. So we're always pleased to donate to the Hazleton Animal Shelter.
Carolyn Shepard from the Hazleton Animal Shelter told us how much this donation was appreciated by the shelter.
Real appreciative that Fairway Subaru collected stuff for our animal shelter. They did a great job. We have lots of dogs and cats that are going to benefit from this food donation, and we just want to thank them partnering with us and coming up with all these donations. It's much appreciated.
For more information on how you can donate, you can call the Hazleton Animal Shelter on Poplar Street at 570-454-0640. Coming up next, Eric DeBardinas is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacek will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed. Sports on WYLN is sponsored in part by Burger Family Dealerships, Harry's View Pullet, Fairway Chevrolet, Penn State Hazleton, Barber Ford, The Wire Guys, Tri-County Business Machines, Weatherwood Nursing, Hazel Park Quality Meats, John Diana Insurance, Mobility by Steven, Service Electric, Hazleton, S.J. Kowalski, Plumbing and Heating, Coordinated Health, Grand Central, and Third Base Luncheonette.
History at Harmon Geist tonight in what later will become a trivia question. Where did George Curry coach his final regular season game? WYLN's Gabriella Justin breaks down our game of the week between Berwick and Hazleton.
What they see on film is what they're going to get. What we see on film is what we're going to get, and it's just a matter of going out and who wants it more, and who competes harder, and who makes less mistakes and more plays in that 48 minutes.
The 4-5 Hazleton Cougars have come a long way in their second season with head coach Mike Brennan. Last year, the Cougars ended their 2014 season with a 1-9 record. Tonight, they're looking to advance to a 5-5 record as they take on coach George Curry and the Berwick Bulldogs. If Hazleton is able to pull off a victory tonight, it will be their third straight win at home. Offensively, the Cougars freshman starting quarterback Ryan Wolk threw for 213 yards and a touchdown in last week's game against Daniel Boone, his best passing game of the season. Defensively, Hazleton had its second shutout of the 2015 season. For the Bulldogs, who with a 7-2 record have already made playoffs, a win tonight against their team rival will mean Coach Curry ends his regular season coaching career with something he's no stranger to, a victory. After 46 seasons of coaching high school football, 45 of those seasons ending as winning seasons, Curry announced earlier this year that this one would be his final season. And if those numbers aren't impressive enough, Curry has led the Bulldogs to 6 unbeaten seasons, 9 District 2 titles, 8 Eastern Conference championships, 6 state titles, and 3 USA Today Mythical National Championships. Alongside those statistics, Curry's 453 wins is what makes him the winningest high school football coach in PA history and ranks him 5th nationally. The Hazleton-Berwick matchup kicks off at Harmon Guy Stadium at 7 p.m. tonight. For WYLN Sports, I'm Gabriella Justin.
Elsewhere, rivalry week across the area with several games deciding playoff fates. Lehighton and Jim Thorpe, perhaps the biggest matchup in a very difficult District 11 AAA race. North Schuylkill and Northwest in win and you're in type scenarios. And then some long-standing rivalries with the 107th edition of the Backyard Brawl as Shenandoah hosts Monoy, and the Old Shoe game in Dallas with Lake Lehman going for their first unbeaten regular season in school history against the Mountaineers. Later tonight, check out our Facebook page at WYLN Press Box for extended highlights from Friday Night Lights. But next, Joe Garbaczyk is in with a final look at the forecast. Stay tuned.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
WYLN was the first to call the races, first with the numbers, and first to get the interviews with the winners. WYLN had the most comprehensive political analysis live in studio and had the most people on the street in the Hazleton area. When you want the information that affects your community first, turn to WYLN.
Okay, well, there's what we see across our area right now. A little bit of some light rain, eastern Pennsylvania. The rest of our area did not see a whole heck of a lot. Basically, it fizzled out as it made its way toward the east, and we've been left with just a couple of sprinkles for the most part across our area. Temperature-wise, things looking pretty good. We've been dealing with some very warm temperatures, but we can erase them as we head into this upcoming weekend. Things are going to be much cooler, especially by our Sunday. We're probably not going to be getting out of the 40s for daytime highs, and I think we'll be returning back to the 50s as we start going into next week. And speaking of next week, here's a look at the extended forecast, and it's looking like this. For tomorrow, not quite as mild, cooler. 50s will do it. A mix of clouds and sunshine, lots of sunshine, but despite the sunshine on Sunday, it's going to be cool. Only in the 40s for those daytime highs. We got 50s as we go into next week. Not a whole heck of a lot of rain to talk about over the next several days. May have to deal with a shower for Tuesday, maybe a few more showers for Thursday, maybe a shower for Friday of next week. But again, some of those overnight lows is going to get cool again. We'll be looking at temperatures getting slightly below freezing. So hopefully you got a chance to enjoy the last several days when it was mild, because that's it, and that might be the ending until next year. But maybe not.
Don't say that.
Oh, I said maybe not.
Maybe. You had to throw in the maybe not.
I didn't expect anything less from you, Joe.
No.
Well, okay.
All right. Last Friday night football, of course, is this week. So we go on and we'll see what happens in playoffs, of course, and we'll see who wins. And
yeah, we're going to have a lot of area teams, as is the case every year, but it seems like maybe even more so this year in the district playoffs, which start next Friday, and then we'll see how many teams we can get to states. Last year it was just Crestwood. Your North Schuylkill fell just short.
Right.
We'll see this year.
All right, sounds good. But what we do want to say is, of course, happy birthday to Mr. Mike Moran. He is our operations manager here at WYLN, and of course, without him, I don't think the fires that we call our fires would be put out and helping us fix things when, of course, we might screw it up on a computer or whatnot. But happy birthday to Mike Moran from everyone here at WYLN, and you're welcome. He knows all the buttons. I can't even. Have a good one and have a good weekend, everyone.